Pictured here are 27 victims of the fatal Sandy Hook shooting that took place on December 14, 2012. Of these 27 victims, 20 were children that attended the school, 6 were staff members at the school, and 1 was the shooter's mother. Newtown, Connecticut was home to about 28,000 people in 2012, and it had no past records of crime in the city. Sandy Hook Elementary School is a normal school that teaches kids from kindergarten to 4th grade. But the day of the shooting, December 14th, 2012, would change the way the school was looked at forever. This young man, pictured at age 20, is Adam Lanza. Lanza is the accused murderer of 27 victims in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. Prior to the shooting at the school, Lanza had broken his hard drive on his computer on December 13th to make sure he left no traces of evidence behind. The next day, on the morning of December 14th, Lanza had crept into his mother's room with a Bushmaster assault rifle that she had purchased and fatally shot her. She was later announced dead. He then took off to Sandy Hook Elementary School in his mother's car, carrying 3 different firearms: the rifle and 2 other deadly weapons, which were a 9mm handgun and a Glock pistol. On arrival to the school, Lanza discovered that there was no way to get in because all the doors were locked. He then proceeded to shoot out one of the windows at the main office to get inside the school. Within 1 minute of Lanza's arrival inside the school, he would claim his first victim, Don Hochsprung, the former principal of Sandy Hook Elementary School. Shortly after killing the school principal, Don Hochsprung, Lanza had gone on to claim the life of his next victim, Mary Sherlock, the psychologist at the school. After Lanza had shot 2 of the staff members, he decided to leave the main office and head into the classrooms. The classroom he entered was being taught by substitute teacher Lauren Rousseau. Lanza barged his way into the classroom where he took the lives of 15 students along with Rousseau. Lanza next went to another first aid classroom nearby, where there are conflicting reports about the order of events. According to some reports, the classroom's teacher, Victoria Leigh Soto, had concealed some of the students in a closet or bathroom, and some of the other students were hiding under desks. Soto was walking back to the classroom door to kick it in when Lanza entered the classroom. Lanza walked to the back of the classroom, saw the children under the desks, and shot them. First grader Jesse Lewis shouted at his classmates to run for safety, which several of them did. Lewis was looking at Lanza when Lanza fatally shot him. Another account, given by a surviving child's father, said that Soto had moved the children to the back of the classroom and that they were seated on the floor when Lanza entered. According to this account, neither Lanza nor any of the occupants of the classroom spoke. Lanza stared at the people on the floor, pointed a gun at the boy seated there, but did not fire at the boy, who ultimately survived. This tragedy of the school shooting led to many debates on school safety and gun possession in the 50 states. Some schools have even hired armed guards or officers to increase school safety. In January 2013, President Barack Obama decided to take action. Obama's administration created a new wish list of proposals to be signed by legislature, but so far none have been signed. Obama also proposed $150 million in new money for school safety and mental health research. Finally, he tried to ban certain firearms, increase firearm possession qualifications, and more background checks for owners and buyers, but Congress did not pass these reforms. Following the shooting, Barack Obama made a speech that he addressed to America.
And that was especially true today. I know there's not a parent in America who doesn't feel the same overwhelming grief that I do. The majority of those who died today were children. Beautiful little kids between the ages of 5 and 10 years old. They had their entire lives ahead of them. Birthdays, graduations, weddings, kids of their own. Among the fallen were also teachers, men and women who devoted their lives to helping our children fulfill their dreams. So our hearts are broken today for the parents and grandparents, sisters and brothers of these little children, and for the families of the adults who were lost. hearts are broken for the parents of the survivors as well. For as blessed as they are to have their children home tonight, they know that their children's innocence has been torn away from them too early, and there are no words that will ease their pain.
The real question is, whose fault was this whole situation? Even though it was easily the shooters, it was also blamed on the entertainment industry. But why? There is evidence that the shooter had $1,000 worth of violent video games, movies, comics, and other stuff relating to violence in his house. Since then, there have been campaigns to lower the violence tolerance in games and movies. The impact on the community of Newtown, Connecticut was great. The school was closed indefinitely following the shooting, partially because it remained a crime scene. Sandy Hook students returned to classes on January 3, 2013 at Chalk Hill Middle School and nearby Monroe at the town's invitation. Chalk Hill at the time was an unused facility refurbished after the shooting with desks and equipment brought in from Sandy Hook Elementary. The Chalk Hill School was temporarily renamed Sandy Hook. The University of Connecticut created a scholarship for the surviving children of the shootings.